in the name of Yahweh? The answer is simple, brothers and sisters. Go back to Shemot 6. We're closing.
First close.
I want to close hot today.
First close.
Turn your neighbor and say he's closing hot.
Closing.
I didn't say I'm finished. I said I'm closing.
First close.
It's like the pilot who doesn't know where to land, but he knows he's going to land, but doesn't know exactly where he's going to land.
First altitude ship.
Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Hallelujah. Go back to Shemot. Is Bereshit the book of beginnings? Didn't we go back to the beginning to prove men knew and called on the name of Yahweh? Yes. So then the interpretation of classic Christianity and even Messianic Judaism, who laugh at you and decry you and say, well, if the patriarchs didn't need the name, why do I in 2003? This is a ridiculous theology that Rabbi Moshe is teaching you. This is absurd. If they didn't need it, why do I need it? We just showed you not only do they need it and use it, the mother of the Ishmaelites used it, the fathers of Israel used it, Adam and Eve, the first human beings, used it, and even Satan's curse rests on the authority of Yahweh's name in Genesis 3:15 and 14. The curse on Satan is only as good as the eternal, memorial, everlasting name of Yahweh. If that ever changes, if another name can ever come that is equal to the name above all names, then the curse of Satan is removed and Satan can be redeemed. But we know Satan cannot be redeemed. That's an impossibility.
That's right.
You know why? Because he's sealed unto perdition by the name of Yahweh. It keeps him safe and secure that one day Satan will be burning forever in the lake of fire.
Burning in that lake.
Satan will burn forever and ever in the lake of fire. The unsaved, the unrighteous, those who willfully reject the good news of Yeshua, will also be in the lake of fire, but they won't burn forever because they will cease to exist. That is the second death. Blessed is he who rises in the premillennial resurrection, because on them the second death hath no power. So that the unsaved will cease to exist. Well, wait a second. If the lake of fire was made for the devil and his angels, and man who rejects the Son of Yahweh also goes into the lake of fire, how come they don't burn forever and Satan does? Very simple. Angels are immortal beings, are they not? Name me an angel that's not an immortal being. The reason the lake of fire, or Gehenna, was prepared for the devil and his angels is because angels are immortal by definition. They can change places, they can change locations, but they cannot cease to be immortal beings. They are eternal, immortal. They were created with immortality within them. So Satan will never die, therefore he will burn forever in the lake of fire. We are finite, and unless we receive the gift of salvation, we put on immortality and infinite, and we become like Yeshua through the gift, the eternal gift of free salvation, we, unsaved humanity, will burn in the lake of fire, and Yeshua, and the word of Yahweh clearly tells us, this is the second death. Hello? So all human beings die once, unsaved human beings die twice. That's what the word of Yahweh teaches. I don't care what your last church taught you. Man does not have an immortal soul. Yahweh blew into Adam and Eve, and man became a living nefesh.
That's right.
Before, without Yahweh's breath, they were not a living soul.
That's right.
Without Yahweh, and when Yahweh takes his breath away, they cease to be a living soul.
Yep.
And Ezekiel 18:3 and 4 says, the soul that sins shall die. Ooh, that's not what my pastor said. He said the soul is immortal. And if you accept Christ, you're going to go to heaven forever. And if you reject Christ, you're going to go to hell forever. Sorry, Papa, that's not what Yahweh says. That may be what your pastor said. Yahweh says the soul that sins will die. Which part of die do we have trouble with? So that if the soul can die, then it's not immortal, is it? If the human soul can die, it's not immortal, is it? Well, why isn't it? Because it burns like fire if it rejects Yeshua. But we don't have to worry about that. Amen? We're the children of light. Amen? We're the children of the day. Amen?
Yes.
We don't have to worry about that. We trust only in Yeshua for the gift of eternal life. And by trusting in Yeshua, we've put on Yeshua. And those who have been mikvahd into Yeshua have put on Yeshua. And those who put on Yeshua are clothed with immortality.
Amen.
That's what it means to be in Messiah. It's not just a Hebraic idiom. Well, brother, are you in Messiah? How long have you been in the Lord? How long have you been in Messiah? That's not just a Hebraic colloquialism. It literally means how long you've been wearing the garments of immortality. How long you've been clothed with immortality. How long have you been clothed with the immortal, eternal garments of Yeshua that can never die?
Never die.
So we put on immortality. Can a human being become immortal? Yes, by trusting in Yeshua and being placed into the body of Yeshua. But why do we need the gift if we're born with the gift? Why do we need immortality if we're born as an immortal soul? Man, all religion dies hard. That's not Yahweh, that's Plato, Socrates, Sparta, Greco, Sparta, Gera. Guerra contra Sparta y Greco. Huh? You got Gator, I got Gala. Let's just eat, drink, and be happy. All right. Okay, now let's go back to Shemot 6. Elohim said to Moshe, first let's get this straight. You ain't going nowhere before you understand who I am. I am Yahweh. Here's how Moshe's calling begins as he's about to encounter Pharaoh and the hardness of his heart. Pharaoh said in Shemot chapter 9, who is Yahweh that I must obey him? Don't worry, honey. You'll find out when you take swimming lessons about 50 feet under. You'll find out who Yahweh is. When you're swimming underneath your car and the wheels are stuck in the mud of the sea of reeds, Yam Suf. When your car won't start and you don't know how to swim, you'll find out who I am.
That's right. I promise you that.
But Moshe could not move, and Yahweh begins the calling. Turn your neighbor and say calling. He's calling to rescue Israel. If you're a Baptist, you're a Methodist, you don't believe in the two houses, you have no physical connection to Israel, you don't believe Yeshua has come to restore the two houses of Judah and Ephraim, this is not for you. Gay gesund hey, go on your way. This has nothing to do with you. But if you're called to take Israel out of Egypt, you better know him as Yahweh. That's the way your calling is going to begin. You're calling to reunite all the 10 tribes in Africa, all the black Israelites, all the Jews in Africa, all the Jews in Asia, all the exiles of Israel that are scattered. The only way Yahweh will allow you to go on that calling is to begin you and set you on that calling by saying, now, I know what you learned on Sunday. Now sit down, and before you are qualified to teach, preach, and restore the two houses of Israel, let me introduce you. I am not Señor. I am not Dala, Lama, Lama, Dala. I am Yahweh. Now, when you get that straight, you can go on to step 2. All right? Now, people say, is it a salvation issue? No. I was preaching in black churches, in Puerto Rican churches, and Cuban churches. No one's going to tell me I wasn't saved. I was saved 17 years ago as I am today. So it's not a salvation issue. But if you really understand who you are as a member of the Commonwealth of Israel, it is a discipleship issue. It is a learning issue. It is a maturity issue. It is a growing issue. Are you ready? Are you there? Are you ready to grow and mature into the full stature of the man or woman that Yahweh has created and called you to be?
It's in your heart.
When you were a child, you spoke as a child. But when you became a man, you put away childish things. Tongues, prophecy. These are toys we're going to put away when we get to be with Yeshua. We won't need the toys. We're going to have the man, the Adam Kadmon in front of us. So if tongues and prophecy are toys to keep us in tune with Yahweh, yet we will put away all those toys. Same with all these false names. And Yahweh says, you're going to rescue Israel. You better know my name, because they already do. So don't miss this, brothers and sisters. He needed the calling to Israel begins with the name. You find me someone who walks in the revelation of who they are as Israel, they're ready to restore the Father's name in their life. They're not fighting it. They're not having friction with it. They're not resisting it. They go together. A two-house mover, a two-house revelator, a Shabbat keeper, a feast keeper, and a name knowing, they go together. They go together. I'm not worried about it. If Yahweh has revealed the two houses in the Shabbat, I can share the true name with you because I know Yahweh is moving you into a calling to Israel. Are you with me? They go together. They go together. That's why we don't resist the truth of the revelation. Okay. But here's what I don't want you to see. So they say, so the religious crowd, the wrong crowd, the doctrinally incorrect crowd says, no one knew Yahweh's name until who? Moshe. Yeah, I think we just disproved that is not true. But more than that, the name of Yahweh is the key to be sealed by Yahweh during